There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that champion of champions, Underdog.
Not a bird, not a plane, not even a frog. Just little old me, Underdog.
There's MC and his buddy Chumley, go gophers on the run. The stories of McBride outrageous, no one could be more courageous. Underdog, Underdog, Underdog. Join the king in Bongo Congo, meet a cat with Savoir Faire. Go watch the hunter chase the bocce, shooters on the rocks, and then there's Underdog.
Flying Sorcerers had captured Sweet Polly Purebred and brought her to their planet to be King Cup's new baking slave.
So, Sweet Polly Purebred, now we shall have cake that tastes like cake. Lock her in the baking kitchen and have her bake a cake at once.
No! Oh, no! Let me go! Take your hands off me!
But it was no use.
Now, you set to baking a cake, old girl, or we'll be forced to saucer you. Turn you into a bug.
Oh, no, not that!
Then set to work, old girl. Hurry along with that cake.
And as Sweet Polly set to work to bake a cake for the Flying Sorcerers, where was the powerful Underdog, tumbling through space headed for Earth? For the Flying Sorcerers had changed Underdog into nothing more than a bouncing ball.
A ball! Kick it this way, Freddy!
Oh! Oh!
Using his amazing power of concentration, Underdog fought desperately to break the spell of the Flying Sorcerers.
I'm back to myself, but I'm not right at all. I feel myself changing back to a ball.
And while Underdog bounced helplessly along, what of Sweet Polly Purebred on the planet of the Flying Sorcerers?
Ooh, delicious.
Jolly good.
Top drawer.
Now, may I go home? Will you take me back to Earth where I belong?
Back to Earth? You're going to stay here and bake us cakes forever. This time I want 50 cakes instead of one.
No! Let me go!
You can't argue with Dad, old girl.
50 cakes! I shall have to use this huge mixing bowl and mixer. Oh, if Underdog were only here to take me away from all this.
But Underdog was not there. Instead, he had bounced into the middle of a girls' volleyball game.
Hit it, Jane! Look, that's not a ball at all!
It's Underdog!
I'm back to myself, but I'm not right at all. I feel myself changing back to a ball.
Meanwhile, back with the Flying Sorcerers,
Ooh, delicious! But not enough cake. This time you must bake 500 cakes.
But I can't. Please.
No use, old girl. Back to the job.
There's no other way. Now I shall have to use this biggest of all mixing bowls and this huge electric mixer. I'm so weary. If only Underdog were here.
but unfortunately, the once powerful Underdog had now bounced his way into a hard-fought basketball game.
Hey, look, it's not a basketball!
It's Underdog.
This is highly irregular.
I'm back to myself, but I'm not right at all. I feel myself changing back to a ball.
And while the players chased Underdog around the court, Sweet Polly was mixing the batter for 500 cakes.
I'm so tired, so sleepy. Help! Someone! I've fallen into the mixing bowl! Help!
Will she be caught in the mixer? Will she go down in the batter? The answer lies ahead in our next exciting episode.
As our episode opens, we find Tennessee and Chumley deeply absorbed in their favorite pastime, reading the help wanted ads in the local papers.
Hey, listen to this one, Chumley. Wanted. 2 men for Bridget Construction Company. Learn bridge building business. Earn while you learn. That's it, Chumley. We'll learn how to build bridges and we'll become rich and famous.
Gee, Tennessee, I'm very happy right here.
Don't be ridiculous, Chumley. You don't want to be just an old walrus all your life, do you? No, sir, Chumley, this is our big opportunity to prove we're as good as men. Now, come on, we've got to get out of here.
Yeah, but how?
We'll use our escape plan number XYZ. Operation Baby Carriage.
Not that one, Tennessee.
That one, Chumley. We haven't used it in a long time, and it really works.
And so it was that a short time later, a very strange-looking mother was pushing an even stranger-looking baby toward the main gate of the zoo.
Uh-oh. Here comes Stanley.
Gee, Tennessee, let's scream.
Nonsense, Chumley. We'll play it cool. Shh. Here he is.
Enjoying the zoo with your baby, madam? Kitchy, kitchy, coo. Oh, what a revolting baby. Tennessee! Chumley!
Hang on, Chumley. We are about to take All right, Chumley, we got away. Now let's get out of these clothes and get that job.
Very well, you're hired. You are now employees of the G. Washington Bridget Construction Company. You'll find your tools in that closet over there.
How about that, Chumley? Our own tools. This is not quite what I had in mind.
Meanwhile, as Tennessee and Chumley were about to clean up in the bridge building business, events were taking place in an apartment across the city, which were going to have a great effect on our heroes.
Now, here's the plan, Leadfoot. You're going to drive the getaway car. Four Eyes, you're going to be the lookout, and Slugger and me will knock off the bank. Got it?
Check. Okay, but what's the getaway route?
When you leave the bank, you go straight ahead and then turn left. Then right again, then left. Then right again, then left, then right, then straight, then a fast right, and... What happened?
I missed a turn.
Then we end up on the old river road that runs alongside the river. And we cross the river and get clean away.
Yeah, but how are we going to cross the river? There ain't no bridge there.
There will be by the time we pull this job. I'm going to take care of that right now.
And just as Rocky was leaving his apartment, Mr. G. Washington Bridget was leaving his office.
I'm going out to lunch. You two mind the office.
Hey, Tennessee, that's the boss's chair.
I know it, Chumley. I just want to see what it'll be like when I'm the boss.
You the boss?
Well, that is...
Want a bridge built right here by 3:15 this afternoon.
But you don't understand.
Listen, Bob, it says on the door you build bridges, so I want you should build me one.
But,
Never mind the but, just build me the bridge. And if you don't...
Gee, Tennessee, what do we do now? We don't know how to build a bridge yet.
No, but we'll learn how fast. We'll go see Mr. Whoopi.
Yeah, he knows everything.
And so a short time later, our two friends were seated in the office of Phineas J. Whoopi, the man with all the answers.
How are we going to do it, Mr. Whoopi?
Well, now, we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. Yes. First, I've got to show you some of the basics of bridge building.
Are you going to use the three-dimensional blackboard, Mr. Whoopi?
No, Chumley. I'm going to show you with the famous Phineas J. Whoopi Construction Instruction Kit. What kind of a bridge do you want to build?
The kind that crosses rivers.
Oh, of course, my boy. But there are many kinds. Let's see. There's stone arch and steel truss and cantilever and bascule and suspension and pontoon.
What's the biggest and the best?
Well, most of the really big bridges today are suspension bridges.
Then that's what we want.
I don't know, my boy. They're pretty complicated structures. Just look here. Say this is one bank of the river. And over here on the other side of the desk is the other bank. Now, you'd have to erect 2 steel towers, one here and one here. So.
How high do they have to be?
Well, it all depends on the size of the bridge. The ones that hold up the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco are 746 feet high.
Wow.
Then between these 2 towers, you'd have to hang huge cables like this. They have to be very big. Some of them are 3 feet thick. Now, you'll notice that from these main cables, there are smaller ones hanging down. These are attached to the girders which support the concrete roadbed. In other words, the bridge is suspended from the big cables.
That's why it's called a suspension bridge.
Precisely, my boy.
Well, how long are these the hanging bridges?
Well, the Golden Gate Bridge is 4,200 feet between the towers.
Gee, Mr. Whoopi, we don't need anything that long.
Well, now, how about a nice steel truss bridge? It's a very popular model, and it's much simpler to build. First, you put steel beams across. But even steel, strong as it is, could break under the weight of traffic. So it needs to be braced. The framework of steel which braces it is called a truss because of the way it's designed. It is very strong and light and can carry a great deal of weight.
Fine, but it doesn't look very easy to build.
Well, let's see. You'll need steel and rivets and cranes to move the steel.
Whoa! We've got to have that bridge up by 3:15. We can't do all that by then, and if we don't, there must be some kind of bridge we can build.
There is, my boy. The first bridge ever built, thousands of years ago.
Well, gee, it must be pretty rotten by now.
Chumley, what is it, Mr. Whoopi? What?
Well, it's very simple. First, you take your base...
And so a short time later, our 2 bridge builders were down by the riverside.
According to the map, this is where we want to build the bridge.
Gee, Tennessee, who'd want a bridge here, huh?
Ours is not the reason why, Chumley. The customer is always right. Now, start chopping.
The bridge is coming down. Coming down. The bridge is coming down. My fella,
All right, Chumley, we'll just trim off the branches and our bridge will be done.
And so Tennessee and Chumley worked on unaware that at that very moment, Rocky Maninoff's bank robbery was going off according to schedule.
Okay, you guys, close your eyes and count up to 10. Let's go, Slug. Step on it, Lightfoot. Turn left. Turn right. Left again. Straight. Right.
Sirens.
Coppers.
Don't worry, we'll lose them at the river. And they don't know about the bridge. Yeah, this is the place. Turn here. Okay. You ruined the whole deal. So now I'm gonna let you have it.
You bank robbers! Put up your hands, you're under arrest! Bank robbers? Our bridge helped capture bank robbers. We'll be heroes.
Yes, and so, for escaping from the zoo, impersonating an architect, building bridges without a license, and chopping down trees on public property, I sentence you to 6 months' duty in the zoo kitchen, washing pots and pans.
Well, Chumley, it looks as though our bridge building plans just went down the drain.
Yeah, I guess it was sort of a washout.
The responsibility is all yours, Klondike Cat. There is no finer roast beef, and it's up to you to get it to Fort Frazzle.
Stop your worrying, Major. I've got this railroad car fixed up so Savoir Faire could never get in.
Good man, Klondike. I knew we could count on you.
Let's see now. Door locked? Door bolted? Door barricaded and nailed? Bars on window? Roast beef in the safe? Now just let Savoir Faire try to steal that roast beef.
Telegram for Klondike Cat.
Telegram? Oh my gosh, it must be from Major Minor. Savoir Faire is everywhere.
And now, to open the safe for the fine roast beef.
A trick! That telegram was a trick! Well, he won't get away with it. I'll make mincemeat out of that mouse!
What a beauty! Now, I wonder how I should best cook the roast beef.
Let me in! Let me in there! Savoir Faire, you're under arrest! You're right. He tricked me once, so I'll just use the same trick on him. No mouse can outwit Klondike Cat. Telegram for Savoir Faire.
No telegram, so back to the cooking. Now, the roast beef. It should be ready in only a few minutes.
That did it! I'll roast him in the oven. I'll boil him in oil. I'll make mincemeat out of that mouse. I'm getting in this time and nothing stops me.
The roast beef looks perfect. Sorry. So, the Klondike Cat plans to enter through the roof.
Now I'll just drop through this hole and arrest that mouse.
And now for the perfect feast of roast beef. Just to perfection. I will.
Klondike Cat always gets his mouse.
Sweet Polly Purebred, the baking slave on the planet of the Flying Sorcerers, had fallen into the giant mixing bowl with no one to help her.
Help! Please help! Where is my underdog gone?
Where was Underdog? Just a ball on a basketball court. But then, as his ultrasonic hearing heard the faint cries of Sweet Polly from millions of miles away, Underdog summoned all his mighty powers of concentration to break the spell of the Flying Sorcerers.
Finally, now I have broken the spell. I did it because I heard Sweet Polly yell. There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Underdog, you saved me. But you look so tired, and you'll have to fight the Flying Sorcerers. What can we do?
The secret compartment of my ring I fill with an Underdog energy vitamin pill.
Villain who would steal our baking slave.
Oh, you're running away, Underdog? Are you afraid of the Flying Sorcerers?
I fear nothing, for I fight for right. But I must make you safe before I fight.
Quite full of vim and vigor, eh, Brick?
We'd better get a bit of help.
And now you'll take my baking slave.
Crying helps nothing. It never can. So dry your tears and act like a man.
But what about my cake?
You can have your cake and eat it too if Sweet Polly Purebred wants you to.
But how? If you're taking her away?
I can tell you how, you mean old king, but you must promise that you will never harm anyone again.
I promise. I'll always be good.
Then here is my recipe. All you have to do is follow instructions and you can bake a cake yourself.
Why didn't I think of that? Thank you! Thank you!
And so, with King Cup and all the Flying Sorcerers living happily ever after, the people back on Earth could once more look into the sky and say, "Look! It's a plane!
It's a bird!
It's a frog!
A frog?
Not plane nor bird nor even frog. It's just little old me. Underdog.
Oh,